Hello friends, welcome to new group of education. Today we are going to discuss development and the birth, the very important concept of our syllabus. Development. Development is nothing but the process in which the formation of new organelle will be discussed. You know, the development, how this development occur inside the womb, how the baby start grow itself, and how the process will occur, so that each and every concept we are going to detail discuss over here right now. बच्चों, इस टॉपिक में हम लोग ये देखने वाले हैं कि जब बेबी वोम के अंदर होता है, इनसाइड द मदर बॉडी होता है, उस टाइम पे उसके अंदर क्या क्या चेंजेस आने वाले होते हैं, क्या क्या फर्दर चेंजेस आने वाले होते हैं, ये हम लोग यहाँ पे देखने वाले हैं। कैसे एक फीटिस का जो है डेवलपमेंट होके, ग्रोथ होके, वो एक अडल्ट ह्यूमन बीइंग या फिर अडल्ट बेबी या फिर एक बेबी बॉर्न होता है. That each and every process we are going to discuss over here in the form of animation and also in the form of explanation also. Students, now as you are able to see, the sperms start travel through the uterus inside the womb and get fertilized. The menstrual cycle, that is womb. The zygote form after fertilization in the oviduct undergoes repeated meiotic division and embryo is formed. बच्चों, यहाँ पे क्या होता है, zygote फॉर्म होता है फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद में, जहाँ अब आप देख सकते हो when sperm enter inside the egg, that is ova, at that time it start doing fertilization, it completing, tail get removed at its and the nucleus separated, and these nucleus join together with the inner chromosome of ova and fertilization process take place. Now you can see over here fertilization process concluded. Next, so these process will be done, undergo meiotic division and embryo is formed. Now you can see the embryo is formed. Meanwhile it push toward the uterus. Now the embryo push towards the uterus and it reach the uterus. It although travel throughout the uterus and implements itself toward the uterus. Meanwhile, once it reach the uterus, while reaching toward the uterus, he has to be rolling down inside the, and when it reaches, so at that time it implant and further development occurs. After implementation, an organelle called placenta is formed. Now you can see the implementation process take place. Now implementation process take place. When these implementation process concluded, at that time there was an organelle start grow. As you can see over here, the organelle start grow, which is called as placenta. These placenta supplies the food material during the growth in the uterus. Now you can clearly see the placenta start grow itself, which is attached to the baby. प्लासेंटा को ही हम लोग हमारे नॉर्मल भाषा में नाभि भी बोलते हैं. जब जो जाइगोट है फॉर्म होने के बाद में जब अपने आप को इम्प्लीमेंट कर लेता है यूटेरस में, तो सबसे पहले, क्योंकि कोई भी ऑर्गेनल हो उसको एनर्जी लगेगी, फूड मटेरियल लगेगा. उसके ग्रोथ के लिए फूड मटेरियल सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है, और उस फूड मटेरियल के सप्लाई करने के लिए एक यूटेरस के अंदर एक जो सप्लाई फूड पाइप क्रिएट होती है, उसी पाइप को कहा जाता है प्लासेंटा. एज यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन प्लासेंटा क्लियरली, एंड द placenta is formed for the supply of food material during the growth in the uterus. To develop the baby, placenta is important. As you can see 40, image number 40, in that 36, 32, 28, 24, 20, 16, 12, 19. So at the stage of 90 it is 50 mm cr, at the 12 it is 90, at the 16 it is 140 mm cr, At the 20, it's 190, 24, 230, 27, 28, 270 mm, 32, 300 millimeter, 36, 340 millimeter, and 40, that is 380 millimeter CR in length, the newborn organelle will be developed itself. See, now students, there was an interesting fact. The man is totally responsible whether the couple will have a boy or a girl child. During zygote formation, man contribute either X or Y chromosome to the next generation, but the female transfer only X sex chromosomes. The next generation. At the time of fertilization, if X chromosome comes from male, the child will be girl, and if Y chromosome comes, then the child will be a boy. Think of this. It is right to consider the mother responsible for the girl child? No, it was not. We all must take efforts to stop female feticides. Nowadays, it is important to stop the female feticides because it is affect our society too. Now you can clearly see on the screen how the development occurs and the newborn or the baby were developed inside the womb or inside the stomach of a mother or a female feticides. And this is how the development and the birth process will be completed or concluded throughout this generation. From one generation to another generation, it is carried forward with the help of this helps us, or this means it is helpful for the study as a defects also, and it is important for study purposes also. Now students, we are going to discuss about menstrual cycle or the cycle of reproductive system, which helps for new organelle growth. Menstrual cycle. Female reproductive system undergoes some changes at puberty, and those changes repeated at the interval of every 25 to 30 days. These repetitive changes are called as menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is the natural process controlled by the four hormones. Those four hormones are follic stimulating hormone, that is FSH, next luteinizing hormone, that is LH, and estrogen and progesterone. One of the several follicles in the ovary start to develop along with the oocytes present in it. Under the effect of follic stimulating hormone, these developing follicle secrete estrogen. Endometrium of the uterus start to develop during first cycle or regenerated during sequence of cycle. As you can see over here, I have introduced you some period of a menstrual cycle. As you can see, first to 5 period, next 6 to 11, that is follicular phase, 12 to 16, that is fertile window. In fertile window, the formation of fertilization or the pregnancy period will be increases, and from 17 to 28 days, that is luteal phase. In that phase only and only the process will be occur. Under the effect of estrogen, meanwhile developing follicle complete its development. It bursts under the effect of luteinizing hormone and oocyte is released. This is called as ovulation. This ovulation you are able to see in the animation at the last of the video too. Remaining tissue of the breast follicle forms the carpal lectrum. Carpal lectrum start to secrete progesterone. Endometrial gland secretes their secretion under the effect of progesterone. Such endometrium is ready for implementation of embryo. In oocyte, it not fertilized within 24 hours, carpal lectrum become inactive and transform into a carpal albicans. Due to this, secretion of estrogen and progesterone stop completely. Endometrium start to degenerate. In the absence of these two hormones, tissue of degenerating endometrium and unfertilized ovum are desecrated out throughout the vagina. This is accompanied with the continuous bleeding continuously approximately for 4 to 5 days. This is called as menstruation. Unless the oocyte is fertilized and embryo is implemented, this process is repeated every month. If the embryo is implemented, repetition of this cycle is temporarily stopped till the parturition and thereafter period of breastfeeding. Menstrual cycle is the natural process and the woman experience severe pain during this period. Several weakness is felt due to heavy bleeding. There is higher possibilities of infections too during this overall period. Due to all such reasons, there is need of rest along with special personal hygiene also. These cycle repeated after a particular interval of a time, that is after 24 or 28 days, 28 days regularly. Sometimes because of some irregularity this cycle get disturbed, and because of that sometimes the women are also has to be faced to the lots of pains and the secretion of blood. This is so much hygiene is necessary in this process, because just because of hygiene they will feel an infection will be stopped with the personal hygienes too. I hope you enjoy this phenomenon. If you like this phenomenon, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Otherwise, if you have a doubt, so ask me in the comment box which is given below. I definitely replied you. Some of the students asking me that I have to upload the videos from 11th standard. So the students, don't worry, I'll definitely upload my first video on next coming days. I'll definitely upload it on 11th physics first chapter, that is measurement, and that is an important chapter for overall physics. So I'll definitely upload it. To get the notification, you have to subscribe my channel. Whenever you subscribed it, you'll get the notification, and whenever I'll upload the video, you will get the notification, which is helpful for you. Thank you.